Having a passion and chasing it is something that takes courage and it takes a commitment and it takes confidence to do. It sets a good example that you can choose what you want to do. It's not concrete. You don't have to become what you don't want to be.
He was the wildest of all my 3 children. Wild in the sense that he does a lot of things that sometimes surprises me. He's one child who has all kinds of ideas, and I just can't cope up with him sometimes because I'm busy working. So I get my eldest child and my daughter to monitor him when I'm not around. But somehow, he has all kinds of ideas to outwit all of us.
He will try all sorts of ways to, get on the computer, and because my mom is always at work, so I'm like the little mom, and I always gives him like, okay, from this time to this time, you can game, but after that you have to stop. And then he doesn't listen to me, and he gets really creative in coming up with, ways to just get on the computer.
I will walk out of the front door. It's like, bye, Mom, I'm going off to school. But I come out through the door. I leave my window open, so I would climb back into my house through the window into my room, and then I would play video games with my door closed. And every time I would hear my mom come down from the steps, I would turn off the monitor and hide under the bed. And then when it's time for me to come back from school, I would climb back out through the window with my backpack, knock on the front door, walk into the front door, and then make sure I yell, like, "Oh, I'm home, Mom," just to make sure that she knows that I'm home. Then I'll go back in and continue playing again.
He is very comfortable in his skin. He's not shy to show out his personality, right? And I think that's also why we like him, I like him, the fans like him, because he doesn't shy away from the camera. You get to see who he is.
I told myself that if I couldn't make TI5 and beat the North American scene, then I'll probably call it quits and go back to school. And I was like, you know what? I have no classes, I'll give it a shot. So it was pretty much do or die for me.
It was a dream that he wanted to, he said, "Mom, that's my dream job." And I said, great, if you can achieve your dream, do it. I don't want to stop you from your dream, because then you will hate me for the rest of your life because you didn't achieve what you want to because your mom says no.
To me, it's all like monsters and fighting here and there, and every time when I look at the Dota screen, I'll be like, "Oh, where's David?" And my mom, who is actually pretty knowledgeable about the game, she'll like tell me, "Oh, David's here," and I don't even know when the game ends. My mom will have to tell me, and I'm like, "Oh, he won, yeah."
I think it's important that we support our children in what they do and take an interest in what he does. And in a way, I think I'm hooked onto it too. I think Dota is such an amazing game.
My mom watches every game, every time, so I know she's watching. She's watching all my interviews, and it even goes to the point where she actually reads all of Reddit.
And I read the patches and also read Join Dota, as well as Reddit, which is all a lot of flaming going on. And David says, "Mommy, don't read so much of Reddit."
Maybe he didn't have doubt himself, but there's doubt being thrown at you. Are you sure you're just gonna play games? You're never gonna make a career out of playing games. He has that belief in himself, and that carries him through the journey.
When you hit past a certain age, you're kind of all in. Either you go back to school and get a degree, or you stick to esports. And at one point, I almost gave up, but I was given an opportunity and I seized it, and I'm glad that I made it work.